Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction to read through for Ichi the Witch, chapters 40 onward. Not sure how many I'll do, going for 30 to 45 minutes, but I am excited to continue on. I think that while I have been enjoying the series since I started reading it, the last section of chapters I think I did 5 chapters last time, they just took it to another level for me. They were so good with the choreography and the fighting and everything, but also with the character writing and the emotion. The character writing and the emotion just took things a step up for me. It was so good, and the art has been gorgeous. The art's been amazing. And I think that, that also plays into what I said about like the fighting and choreography and stuff being very good. But yeah, I think that the climax to this arc, the kind of finale to this arc, was a step above. And I'm excited for what that means for us next, because I guess now for me, reading, we've been in this arc for a while, and I guess on the week to week you would have been in it for a while. So now I'm just wondering, what's the next arc? What happens next? So I guess maybe we'll start to see this read through, but maybe not, because we'll probably still have another chapter or two at least of wrapping things up, getting some epilogue with these characters, and then maybe some transitional stuff. So we might not even get to know what's next this read through, because we're still wrapping things up and transitioning. But either way, let's start off with chapter 40, 40th Hunt Succession, and we're starting with a color frontispiece here with Gokuraku and Richiya. And I said before, at first when Gokuraku was first introduced, I was like, okay, we're adding another male character to our main squad. I thought the 4 of them were going to kind of be our main squad here, where we have more of the non-combat character Komugi, we have the strongest, the mature, even though like she's hilariously immature at times, for comedic effect, the sort of mature sensei-ish character, Descaras, the powerful like magic combatant, and then having Ichi, who is a magic user but also a guy, and his fighting style is merging magic with physical stuff, and then having a physical fighter using magical tools, and having Gokuraku be such a unique, different character in the world of Ichi the Witch, I thought was going to be where we go from there. He was just going to join the squad. But now that we're here, it feels like with Bakugami gone, the nation needs a new thing for them to continue moving forward. And I feel like Gokuraku's research or ability to create magical tools, I feel like the production of magical tools might be replacing Bakugami taking people's sadness as, what the country's all about. So I do feel like there's a very strong chance Gokuraku stays behind now to rule Kagami. We have news of Bakugami's acquisition raced through the country, shaking all the citizens to their cores. Hearing that right after getting their sorrow back was a blow that left many dazed and emotionally unstable, the Mantanell Witches Association stepped in, sending witches adept at healing to help care for the emotionally wounded. But at the same time, many citizens. I was sad, yes, but so many memories of my precious husband came back. I picked up my tools again for the first time in years. I used to love working with them, polished them every day. It's strange, for some reason, I feel so much more alive now. While they professed sadness, their eyes held a look of relief. Reconstruction efforts began right away, 2 days after the incident. A grand and solemn funeral was held for the late queen. Mother, I humbly apologize for waiting for 10 long years to provide you the send-off you deserve. I wish you quiet and peaceful rest in the next world. We're deeply grateful to you all for offering your prayers in this time of great anxiety. For 10 years I did not do my duty as your king. It was Bakugami who provided the pillar of support upon which you rested, not me. I was unable to guide you to the happiness and prosperity you deserve. That failure proves that I'm unfit for the throne. Thus this ceremony will not only be a funeral, it will also be a coronation. I hereby officially revert our country's name to Kagami as it once was. I also hereby cede my throne to my daughter, Ichi Kagami. And Ichi takes the throne. Our country gained much this last decade, but we also had much stolen from us. We went from the depths of the earth up to the height of the sky. Some may think we've returned to the depths, but this isn't 10 years ago. We had our hearts, our precious emotions taken from us. Because we had no means to resist the insidious assault of these creatures known as magics. But we still have all the skills and knowledge our forebears bequeathed to us, and we have our hearts back. We'll guide our country into the future with our own thoughts and our own actions. We may have been knocked low, but we will stand again. Today, we take the first step. And she looks over to Gokuraku. And he's hanging out in an alleyway with Ichi. Gokuraku, you aren't in your room. The doctors are looking for you. Go lie down. You need to rest. I love his faces. Look who's talking. I'm sorry I punched you and bit you. I'm sorry I stabbed you. They're both apologizing. Aren't you going to be in the ceremony? Nah, I'd just make it awkward for everyone if I was. Better that I hang back here and watch. I actually think this is good because I thought about it when the king was giving this speech. I was like, it would be weird for Gokuraku to go from being a criminal this whole time, for him to just be like, okay, now he's your king. Even though I thought that, again, him ruling or him playing a role in the future of Kagami seemed to be an important thing to him when he was talking to Bakugami. But it does make sense that it's like, yeah, you know, I was a criminal that everybody hated. It'd be kind of a great shock. Besides, this is the greatest side I could ever see. I couldn't be happier. It wouldn't have happened without you, Ichan. If you hadn't come, our entire country would have been destroyed. I may be banished, but I'm still technically royalty. On behalf of all of Kagami, thank you. You saved our country, Ichi. Then come with us, Gokuraku. Okay, maybe what I said at the beginning is true. I thought, when he was first introduced, I thought he was joining the team, but then it seemed like he might not be because of the speech he gave to Bakugami about, like, being part of the royal family and everything, and calling it Kagami and everything instead of Bakugami. But it seems like I could be wrong. He could end up with them. Then come with us, Gokuraku. It was heartening having you hunt together with me. I've never done that before. That's the first time I felt comfortable trusting my back to someone so completely. I want to hunt magics together with you again. That's why. I want you to come with us, Gokuraku. He looks down. For the first time in a decade, Kagami's finally moving forward, and it's my elder sister standing at the forefront. She's reeling from getting all her emotions back too, but she has to take the throne and be a leader for the whole country. Everyone's hurting, uncertain, quivering with anxiety. To turn my back and leave my people and my sister now, I can't do that. I'm flattered you'd invite me, Ichan. Call for help and I'll be the first one at your side. But I can't leave my country. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. If that's your decision, I won't argue. But if I need help, can I come to you? Of course. Good. I'm going back to my room. Descaras will notice if I'm gone much longer. Okay. And this kind of thing has happened in One Piece before too, where me personally, if we're not going to have him join, I don't like Ichi offering and pouring his heart out this much. Like, I like it, but I feel like maybe it could have been worded differently if Gokuraku isn't going with them. I feel like they could have worded and done that differently. But we're cutting now to Descaras. Injured idiots wandering around like morons get smacked. What the heck are you doing out here and not in bed, you misbehaving mutt? Don't make problems for the medics. They'll yell at me. Where'd you get off to anyway? Talking to Gokuraku. He said he's staying. Ah. And? Did you flop on the ground and pitch a fit like an overturned beetle? Beetle Ichi. No, I do want him to come with us. But Gokuraku's family's more important to him than anything. I know how much he suffered trying to protect them. Unless his sister says, no, we don't need you here, you need to go find your own path and everything. but I don't necessarily... Like, again, I like that Ichi told Gokuraku how he felt, but I don't necessarily like how it was done if he's not going to continue with them. I think it was kind of clunky and not how I would have wanted it to be done. I know how much he suffered trying to protect them. It's not my place to try to change how he feels. Point. That isn't an issue for you to poke your nose into. Your mutt nose into. We'll talk to Jiki Shirone and wring some more details about the prophecy out of it later, but for now, mission complete. Good work, Ichi. Yeah. And we cut over to Gokuraku. I hurt all over. Guess I'd better do something about my busted arm first. Man, rebuilding it from scratch is gonna take months. Come to think of it, the witches said something about having a whole department for magic items. Yeah, this is something for the tools department. Not sure how I'm supposed to start healing what where. Maybe I could talk to them? Wait, no. We've already asked the Witches Association for way too much. Besides, I just said I'm staying. I can't up and leave after that. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I think that's the first time we talked, and Ichan wasn't looking me right in the eye. He must have been sad that I didn't go with him. He really wants us to be friends. Hell, I'd go if I could, but... Okay, so maybe we are having this conflict. We're showing that he wants to stay to be supportive of his family. So we're showing us how Ichi feels about him. Like, as somebody he could actually trust, and the first time he really felt that way with somebody else. And then... seeing how Gokuraku feels, like, of course I'd like to go with you, but like showing that as much as he'd like to go with Ichi, as much as he'd like to do this and that, in the end he is somebody who would put his family above all else, which is something strong for his character. But now we might see his family being like, okay, you have stayed here for the past 10 years, fighting against Bakugami all on your own, and it would be nice, and again, if he doesn't go with them, what I said about that scene being clunky is true, but if he does go with them, then it's good, because if he does go with them, then it's nice here. He's choosing to stay with his family, but then, if his family says, you fought all alone for us for 10 years, you need to be free. You haven't been free in 10 years. You need to, go. I think that makes it a strong, way to write things for Ichi, for Gokuraku, and for Richiya. Because them wanting to keep him here, I think, wouldn't be on the good side of things. And then, somebody's being careless, and Richiya comes in. You really ought to lock your windows at night. Just like he came in before. Okay. Cute way to end, and it was dense with all the things I just said and discussed and talked about, but also it feels like we are just cutting off right in the middle of something. So either way, let's continue on into 41. 41 starts with them on the rooftop. Sheesh, you are technically queen, you know. Do you think queens are supposed to climb on roofs and sneak in people's windows? We got yelled at for this so many times growing up. That's the point. We're not supposed to be doing this. Sorry. And then 41st hunt for you. It took too long, but I finally offered flowers at Mother's grave. Yeah, I saw. Your coronation was awesome. Congrats. Your speech was really cool. Thanks. But honestly, maybe you should have been crowned, not me. What? No, I couldn't have been. I dethroned Bakugami and dumped everyone's sorrow back on them. The people hate and fear me now. And also, he took on all of that sorrow himself. Not that any of that matters. You deserve to be crowned anyway. Unlike me, you paid attention to our statecraft lessons. You worked hard and earned our minister's trust. You know this country better than anyone. And again, I like that he is being supportive and bringing up, no, I might have fought against Bakugami, but you put in the work too. You deserve it too. You deserve to be queen. That said, I get how the hard part's just starting. I hate to admit it, but that bastard Bakugami did give us our prosperity back. Let's build a better country than that parasite ever could. Just like before, I'll stay in the background doing what I can to support. Gokuraku, come with me. I want to show you something. And we have a collection of the citizens. What's all this? Please, let me in. He's there, right? Prince Gokuraku. Please, I beg you, let me see Prince Gokuraku. I want to apologize to him for all the terrible things I said. He was fighting for us the whole time. I said so many horrible things. At least give him my letter. I want to throw myself at his feet and apologize. Let me tell him I'm sorry. Prince Gokuraku, I'm so sorry, Prince Gokuraku. He wasn't a traitor at all. He's our prince who loved our country more than anyone. You're the hero who saved Kagami. The crowd started gathering 2 days ago. It's only gotten bigger. They all want to apologize to you. Gokuraku, for 10 long years, I made you carry the full burden of our country. For that, I sincerely apologize. Thanks to you, we can get back on our feet. None of us can ever thank you enough, but at least let me put it into words this once. You saved us. You saved our country. Thank you. You're the pride of Kagami. Gokuraku. Man, this is such a good scene. Thanks. Besides, you never deserved any of the blame. Not when I let Bakugami in the first place. I was the one who nearly destroyed our country. No, elder sister, it's not. That's why I have to be queen. Even if our people hate me and criticize me like they did you, I'm going to stay strong and live my life. I'm prepared to shoulder this country. You've already carried that burden for more than long enough. Set it down. I'm not going to bind you to this country any longer. Gokuraku, listen. You're free. God, this scene is so good. I really like Ichi as a character. Like, again, what I mentioned before with the way that they've both supported each other, and the way that he was like, you did this, you did that, you deserve it. And she's like, I did do all of that, but you have been fighting Bakugami for 10 years, whereas I let Bakugami in. And it's not just, oh, I let Bakugami in, so I'm not deserving, I should beat myself up over it for forever. It's, no, I let Bakugami in, I messed up, and that means I need to take responsibility, and I need to be the one to make things right. I need to be the one to fight for Kagami now. And being like, you've carried the burden for 10 years, I need to carry the burden. And again, saying you're free is impactful because like I mentioned with Gokuraku, he was fighting alone for those 10 years. He was carrying that burden alone for 10 years. And so now, I do think it's better if he leaves, honestly, for my personal thing. Not just because it's like we don't need a fourth person in the main team, really. We could stick with the 3 we have and just have more like arc characters coming in, and Gokuraku could just be an arc character. So we don't need Gokuraku necessarily in the main group. But I do think, main group or not, and of course now it's seeming more like main group, but main group or not, I think it's better if he does what he wants, whether staying or leaving. But if he leaves, I think it's probably better, just because for his character, he fought alone for 10 years, and if he stayed, even if he stayed of his own will, he's doing it because he feels a responsibility, and I feel like that is just him continuing to be trapped in a sense. Free. Yes, free. Look, no one's afraid of you. No one hates you. No one's carrying any grudge. Right now our people only want one thing for you. They want you to be happy. As you love and want the best for our family and our country, we all love and want the best for you too. You can do whatever you choose. We'll all support your decision. If you want to stay, that's fine, but think it over. What does your heart want to do? Live for yourself now. You don't have to swallow your feelings anymore, Gokuraku. And he shows up to Ichi's door. Goku, Ichi-chan, listen. After a decade, I finally got to punch Bakugami in the face. Elder sister and all our people got their emotions back. I'm sure it'll be rough for them for a while. I should stay here, live together with my father and elder sister, and help them guide our country's future. At least I thought that's what I should do. I really did. But the one emotion my heart's screaming at me. But right now, I want to do something for you. And I love this. This is so emotional. I have been fighting back, tearing up, and getting chills for the past, like, 2 chapters. It's like all of last chapter and this chapter with all of this different stuff. But I like this so much because it's mirroring Ichi. It's how Ichi felt meeting and getting to know Gokuraku. We're seeing that reciprocated. We're seeing Ichi receive what he put in. Somebody who wants to do something for someone else. And I think that's important too for Ichi, because we saw Ichi before where he was like, I've never felt this feeling before. I've always done things for me. So it's a different feeling being like, oh, I want to do this for somebody else's sake, not because I want to. So now he's seeing that feeling projected in somebody else. And I think that's good for Ichi. I want to help you. And I know this is going to sound dumb after I insisted I was staying, but use me as much as you need, Ichi. And this is so good because we have it mirroring before where he refused, where we saw his face change and then Ichi's expression. But now we're seeing a mirror of it with his face changing and seeing Ichi's expression. And this time, before he mentioned it's the only time he wasn't looking him in the eyes, and now he's looking him in the eyes again. So again, once again, the actual visual storytelling, the art, has been so well done. Travel to the joyous land of Bakugami, and acquire the magic which slumbers there. Do so, and you shall receive a stalwart companion who will fight beside you. Extremely good finale. These 2 chapters were so good. Again, I think him, going back and forth with him denying it and then deciding to join, I don't know, maybe some of that conversation last chapter could have been written smoother, like his denial could have been written smoother, but the way that we did it, that again I've already talked about and discussed as I was reading, between him and Richiya and what his character is wanting and feeling is so good on Gokuraku's side of things. The juxtaposition of Ichi and how Ichi was interacting in the last chapter versus how he's doing so in this chapter is very good. And the stuff I mentioned with how this is so good for Ichi having these feelings for the first time and then having those feelings reciprocated by somebody else and shown by somebody else is so good. But either way, let's continue. Now on to Hunt 42, Awareness. When I first manifested in this world, we're getting Bakugami, I knew 2 things right away. One was that I was a magic who could bring both joy and sorrow to humanity. And 2, that there was nothing in the world more beautiful than sorrow. That glorious sight was woven from limitless pain and sadness. It was nothing short of the perfect tragedy. But what shocked me the most, we see World Hater, was that God was there, and that they saw me. Wait, did our eyes just meet? I swear they did. I know it. My God saw me. Freaking out. And I really wonder what it is that World Hater's magic actually is, the way it just warps stuff like that. In that instant, I knew it was destiny that I'd manifested right there and then. One day I would stand at the side of my God and drown the world in sorrow. They'd summoned me. I was the chosen one. I promptly started gathering my strength. I found a country in need and convinced its dumb citizens to feed me their sorrow. Slowly, inexorably, I prepared my humble offering of despair. It was nearly ready. But then... Is this going to be the inner world? We have Ichi Uroro, who we haven't seen in 4 freaking ever. Inazuri, Urawashi, and Ariadne. We haven't seen Uroro in forever, this arc. Why did it have to turn out like this? Do something. Ichi's magic circle. He started wailing the minute he popped in here, and he hasn't stopped since. Lord World Hater, I'm so... Right? It sucks. I can't get any sleep. Like a stalker? No, just no. I physically can't. Being stuck rooming with that is way too much. Wow, they all hate you. And it's weird, Bakugami is still in his humanoid shape. Even the others, like all of the others have taken a more cutesy form than the form they were in before they got acquired, but Bakugami's form hasn't changed. Doesn't it listen to you, Uroto? No, irritatingly enough. I listen to Lord World Hater and no one else. How dare you go around calling yourself the King Magic? We already have a God Magic, the Lord World Hater. What do you somehow think you're the world's number 2? Presumptuous much? Only one magic deserves to stand at Lord World Hater's side as the world's number 2 magic, and that's me. Get your ego under control, Uroto. Wow, when someone goes nuts, they seriously don't fear anything, right? Talk about asking for trouble. Would you at least get mad at the right guy? Jeez, he's the one you hate the most, not me, remember? Ichi the Witch. They said it. Thank you, Ichi the Witch. Huh? Because your name's Ichi, and you're a witch. Oh, right. This is all your fault. Don't go thinking you control me now, because you don't. It was only a fluke that you acquired me. A fluke. Now that I'm stuck here, I'm going to undermine everything you do until I finally have the chance to kill you. Then I'll be free again. Foo ha ha ha. And this time, I'll make sure to drown all of humanity in a tidal wave of utter despair. Okay? Then next time I see the World Hater magic, the first thing I'll do is throw you in their face. Huh? I could amp you with Uroto, too. Either way, I'm attacking with you first. Attack Lord World Hater. Me. No, wait. No, you wouldn't. I can, and I will, because I am your master. This panel is so good. It was Gokuraku who won the hunt, but I acquired you. I'm honor-bound to watch you in his stead and ensure that you behave. So listen well. Don't whine and annoy the other magics. Don't undermine my hunts. And obey all of my orders. Those are my only 3 rules. Get up to trouble and break them, and I'll use you to attack the World Hater. Am I clear? Answer me. Good. Yeah, he says, yes, sir. Good. And then glances back at the others. The others look terrified. Scram, except Uroto, who just throws him out. If you're done talking, get the hell out of here. What was that, all of a sudden? Right? I went all cold. Great. He came back from that hunt with something even worse than that annoying magic. And that is the awareness that he's in charge. The lone mutt's finally starting to realize that he stands at the head of a pack now, and there's nothing more annoying for a magic than that sense of command. I have to snuff him out before he reaches his full potential. Damned feral nuisance. I'm back. He pops back up. Back from what? I thought you were asleep. I was talking with my magics. Oh, and I made sure to put my foot down with Bakugami, too. Thanks. Sure, your sister asked me to watch out for you after all. And we're cutting back to them leaving and everyone apologizing to him. Ichi, please look after Gokuraku for us. On behalf of the people of Kagami, safe travels. We shall patiently await the return of our prince. And he leaves with a smile, and then cut to him being gloomy with them. For as chipper as you looked when we left. Wow, do you look like death warmed over now? Motion sick? No, it's not that. So, yeah, it's great that I get to join you guys, and taking off on a journey is fun, but now that I sit down and think about it, aren't we going to the Mantanel Witches Association? Yeah, it's big and weird and interesting, Ichi. It's big and weird and interesting. It has lots of witches who introduce themselves in funny ways, too. Yeah. The association's full of lots and lots of witches who had their magic acquisition trials completely derailed thanks to you. HQ is waiting for you. And we have this really cool spread with Toga Ice, Monogold, and Shirabedonna, and they aren't happy. Welcome, Gokuraku Kagami. I believe you're on the association's dangerous persons list. And let me just say, I still have a thing for Shirabedonna. She is very, very, very attractive. Love Shirabedonna. But either way, I cannot stop myself here. And also, this chapter wasn't super long or anything. It was a good chapter. Again, I like the details of how Uroto's thinking about his conflict with Ichi and how it's like, oh crap, now Ichi gets it. Now he knows he's in charge of the magics in here. All of that, I think, very good. Really good chapter overall. And I want to do one more just to see how things go with Gokuraku meeting the Witches Association and everything like that. It feels like I mentioned, the rest of this read through has kind of been the end, the epilogue of this arc, you know, finishing things up with Gokuraku's ties to Kagami before he's ready to move on to the adventure for now, and, you know, learning, like, settling things with Bakugami is something that was important, that, you know, we could have put off until later, but it was cool that we did it now. And now that leaves us in a position where we're gonna start transitioning into whatever's next. So I want to see what happens there. With, again, bringing another guy who can technically use magic through magic tools into the Witches Association. 43 starts with, "Now then, Gokuraku the Brutalizer, I have one question for you. 43rd Hunt Plenty. Why are you here?" "To make an apology and a declaration. On multiple occasions I interfered with and even outright disrupted Mantinel Witches Association operations. I hereby offer my sincerest apologies. It may have been out of ignorance, as I looked for ways to save my country, but that doesn't excuse my behavior in any way. I'm prepared to accept whatever punishment you deem fit. You can even toss me in prison if you so choose. That's your apology. What's your declaration?" "Once I've served my sentence, I'm joining Ichi on his magic hunts." "Magic hunts, I take that to mean you intend to continue your brutal behavior toward magics. You're now fully aware of the ripple effect your vicious acts have had. You know that they impede association business, and are the very reason that we declared you a dangerous person. Yet you say you will continue your hunts." "Yes." And they react to his, blunt honesty. "I'll be blunt." Okay, he even says it, "I'll be blunt. Though Bakugami's threat is past, I still can't get over my hatred for magics. If I come across another one as nasty as Bakugami was, I just know I'll want to punch it right in the face. But from now on, before I do any punching, I'll consult with Ichi first. I owe him a debt of gratitude for saving my country and myself. I want to do something to repay him. This is it. From now on, I'll use my strength for his sake. I've said everything I wish to say. The decision's in your hands. All I ask is that it's fair and just." "You heard him," says Monogold. "Do you think you can keep him under control, Ichi?" "Yes." "And Komugi will keep me under control." "Huh? And she'll keep me under control too." "What?" Love Descaras. "You're the party leader. You're supposed to keep control. Why are you acting surprised?" And then, no. "Why are you acting surprised?" And then Descaras, shocked at needing responsibility. "No, you take responsibility." "Why would I do that?" Back on topic. I have heard your opinions. Next, I would like to hear hers. "Hey folks, Wand and Tool Department love Joe." And then, is she the one that I said was attractive before? That, was doing the wand thing for Ichi? I love the big thick glasses and the freckles. The hair is nice too. You're so you're Mr. Full Body Modifications guy. Well, this is nuts. You really did shove a magic medium into your body. So this is how the cabling works with your blood vessels. Holy crap, what's that? What's this? That's crazy. Talk about disrespect for the human body. Then the circuit goes around your spine, enabling magic power to flow through your whole body. Oh, so that's how you're holding all your organs in there. It's an exhibit of all the body's mysteries. So, mister, where'd you learn about magic item tech? I read the records in our archives and watched crafters work. And the supplementary materials, crystals and ores from the Kagami mines. And there weren't any rejection symptoms. I tested various stuff, but the materials from Kagami were the most stable. Really? Kagami, eh? Sounds like an intriguing place. Okay, so maybe he helps out the country not from, directly staying there and working on his technology, but he helps them out by making their mines more valuable because of his technology. Well, Joe, what do you think? Yeah, I don't need to look any deeper. It's obvious. This guy's a friggin' genius. His knowledge and technical skills are beyond cutting edge, and no wonder. No one sane's going to test this kind of stuff directly on themselves. He possesses an advanced technology that even we could never imagine. Whoop shit over on his face. Leaving him to rot in prison would be a waste. Understood. Thus, with the power vested in me as Shirabedonna the Analytic Witch. And I love this panel. She's so cute. I hereby appoint Gokuraku Kagami to the position of Special Adjunct. And she throws a bunch of papers. Special Adjunct? And he gets a badge. Yep, basically you're now an official associate to the Witches Association. We've already gotten the various permissions needed. And we have the cute little blob form. We haven't seen one of those in a while, I feel like, other than Uroro. Gokuraku, are decisions that you can be useful to us. From now on, you're to accompany Ichi the Witch and aid him in his endeavors. Through that, you will atone. Give it your all. Thank you. That's great news, Gokuraku. Well, that went conveniently smooth. Friends, in the background. You sure do like putting on a charade. My, you could at least say that I appreciate formalities. Okay, now that's that. Ichi, go have your new magic recorded. Right. Deskaras, Kumigi, submit your wands for maintenance. Okay, I'll have them fixed up in a jiff. And Gokuraku, first and foremost, you're to see... Hello, welcome, Fashion Department Dekora Frill. Another man. Oh my stars, I get to make another men's uniform so soon. Ichi, it's been too long. Why, I couldn't be happier. My little fingers are itching to get started. Uniform? Come along. Well, we're measuring you directly this time. We need to see how those magic implants work. What have you done with your arm? How sexy. There, the new team is complete. And we get a spread of new team Deskaras. Cute. Team leader Deskaras. Team members Ichi, Kumugi, Witches Research Club, Gokuraku, Special Adjunct, plus Uroro. Cute. I love it. The new uniform looks nice too. I like all of their outfits. Deskaras's is great. It fits her character so well. Kumugi's is maybe my favorite. Ichi's is really, really cool. I kind of like it more. Didn't he have a bit more of an overcoat or cape or something at one point earlier? I kind of like that as the addition to it, but even without it here, just the shirt is good. And then we've got new outfit for Gokuraku. I like how his previous outfit looked more like old school and traditional fashion, but this is more fantasy fashion. Nice. We look forward to further success from you all. Okay, with this, everything's ready for your official debut. Oh, debut? Our contest. Don't tell me you've forgotten. All right, the mushroom. And we have Fun Guy. Technically, the results of our contest don't call for it, but I conceded defeat. Thus, according to our agreement, Ichi the Witch will make his official worldwide debut, and we will be holding a debut party for him. A debut party? Yep, we've been prepping for a while now. Media outlets, various world dignitaries, we're even going to broadcast it to witches out in rural areas. All the heads of Mantinel's various departments will be in attendance too. See, here's our guest list, and we have Shirabedonna with a massive list. And Kumugi looks scared. What's wrong, Kumugi? That's Spica, my sister, and we see Spica Harvest. So she's Kumugi Harvest. Okay, so who is her sister? Oh, right. She came from, the special family and all. We had the backstory before. Okay. Very cool. And Kumugi was this whole time on the cover of the volume, so it's neat that we will be getting into Kumugi character stuff with the debut party. So the debut party might be like a mini arc kind of thing. Okay. Very cool. I can't wait to see it. I love these kind of event mini arcs. Between, potentially another long journey kind of arc. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a long, sort of, journey-ish arc. Okay. Very, very cool. I had a lot of fun with these. And it was, all in all, right at the end here, this is our transition into what comes next, telling us what comes next with the Ichi debut. But for these 4 chapters, this was really the epilogue, finishing out the Bakugami arc, finishing out what we're doing with all the characters, and getting some closure on everything, including this chapter being closure on the designation of Gokuraku as a dangerous person. Okay, really cool stuff. I can't wait to see more characters because we have these dignitaries and everything coming, and people from other branches of Matinelle. I can't wait to meet more important characters. That's going to be very fun, in my opinion, and just to see more of the witches. So very cool stuff, very good stuff. I'll end things here for this week, and yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of these chapters, my thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more Ichi the Witch, much more on the channel. If you want to help support the channel by sharing around or dropping a super thanks, it's very appreciated. If you want to help support the channel by becoming a member or patron, hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. You will get your name at the end of videos, in addition to helping support the channel, and get One Piece Bingo a bit early. We do One Piece Bingo every week. So with all of that aside, thank you to people who are members and patrons already. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan Holly and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, Dee Ban and Maru, Cheriton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stain Cedar, and Pure Elements, Pate Ariel, and Elsa the Storyteller. We have had these names for so long, but now it's like I am so far behind and haven't read MGRP in so long. Beastars has been over for years. It's not like Tower of God's the only thing we're doing. So I kind of want to change the names for the ranks of members and patrons, but then what if somebody's a Cheriton student because they like being a Cheriton student? I don't want to change the name if they like the name. Same with the Magical Girls or the Pure Elements or the Slayer Candidates. Like if somebody is that particular one because they want to be that particular one, I don't necessarily want to change it, but you know, I will maybe one day consult all of you before making any decisions on that. Either way, though, yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting, and I'll see you all next time.